Okay, guys. Basically, this is the best way to build your squad in Squad Busters. So first, we need to know just basically, like, what is each character for. So we're gonna sort by class. So all-rounders, including the Barbarian, the Shelly, and Mortis. These have a combination of all classes, so they're like attackers, defenders, speedsters, suppliers, and healers combined. Or, as the game says, fights up front with good attack and health. That's what all three of these have. You gotta take into account their abilities when building. Like, for example, the Barbarian at a baby has melee fighter with good damage. At Classic, he has melee fighter with good damage and becomes Elite Barbarian after bashing tons of enemies. And then at Super, has both of those abilities, plus goes Elite instantly when with another Barbarian. And then at Ultra, with all three of those abilities, plus gets enraged after busting a foe. And then at Ultimate, all four of those abilities, plus joining the squad with a baby Elite Barbarian. That's just an example. So, like, every time you level up a unit, it's not like you lose the previous ability. Like, you keep it and you get the new one. So yeah, that's all-rounders. And then attackers deals high range damage, but it does have less health than a all-rounder. But most of the attackers, there's a lot of them. There's 12, pretty sure. And defenders, it shields the squad with a ton of health. But the Barbarian King, on the other hand, does this, but even better. Has 4,100 health, which definitely shields the squad, and super rage and speeding up your melee units. Really, when building a squad, you want to use these 5 epics down here. No matter what level they are, they're gonna be good. Floaty Goaty. Ruffs gives a fusion, like all that jazz. So yeah, Barbarian King is like an attacker and a defender. It's pretty good. And then Max or Chicken. Chicken can be useful to get gems in the beginning if you're in Ring Grab, Super Gem Mine, or Hot Pot. You can rush to the center, and you can collect whatever. And speedsters like the Chicken, Hog Rider, whatever, Leon, and Max, they boost movement and help outrun opponents. And then suppliers, they get more loot or help bust squads. So Greg and Mavis are like OP, but they aren't good attackers, so don't like try to pick them in the beginning when you're trying to get coins. Don't do that unless you're gonna chop down trees and carrots. Mavis chops down carrots, and Greg chops down trees. But Trader is always a must-have, because for everything you get, every every 15 coins you get, he gives 3 gems. Probably. If he's still at level 1 or 2, he only gives 2. But that's still pretty good. Medic! He heals or boosts health in your squad to keep them fighting. But Medic is pretty garbage. Never use him unless you really have to. Pam is a must-have healer because she heals a lot. Battle healer, she heals every time you open a chest, and as soon as you get her, she heals, which is pretty okay. But yeah, that's all the classes explained. Okay, next is just basically just the top tier characters. So the main reason you want characters, when you're picking characters out of chests, don't look at the stats individually. Look at their abilities. The abilities are easy to remember, don't worry. So, Barbarian is a melee fighter with good damage, plus elite after bashing a lot of enemies. And then when at super, he goes elite as soon as he's with another Barbarian. So if you have a Barbarian in your squad, pick another Barbarian, and then both of them will instantly be elite no matter what. And Mana Ultra, it gets enraged after busting a foe on top of all the other abilities, and joining the squad with a baby elite Barbarian at Ultimate, combined with all the other skills. That's just an example. All the other troops have this too, where like they stack up. But the main, you want to mainly go over rarity. Even though all these are way more rare, they are and when I say way, I mean way more powerful. And you can mainly get them in every chest when you're in the last minute. These, you can get these after the first minute, not after the first 2 minutes. And these you can get all across the notch. And the more levels you have, the better the characters are. Make sure to keep that, and make sure to, as soon as you get 10 of one form, make sure you evolve them, because you want to unlock more abilities and open a sword chest, which can give even ultimates, which is worth 10,000 babies, by the way. So you'd want that. So those are just the basics of characters, but when you're actually building a team, you want to pick synergies. So troops of one class, obviously, match with a troop of another class. Like Colonel Ruffs, he's an attacker, so is Elita 1, so they're synergized with each other. Colonel Ruffs is probably the best character, so you want to pick him no matter what. Chicken, he's a common, so you can get him instantly in a battle. And if it's either gem grab or super gem mine, ring grab, or gem hot pot, you can get him and rush to the middle to get those gems. But make sure you don't get busted. Make sure you're very careful when you're doing that, because you can go from first place to 10th place real quick. Bandit is probably a must-have because she gives gems, which can give you a huge boost. So is Miner. The pro way to use Miner is to don't attack while using it, and don't attack while using him, and holding turbo during that time, and pop up and then stun the target and do damage. Something like that at the classic to ultra. When you have ultra, you should 100% do that. Trader is obviously a must-have because you're always going to be getting coins, and might as well get bonus gems out of that. Optimus Prime and Alita go together because they do heavy damage and they have so much health. They're good. Barking, he speeds up the attack of all your melee units and so on. Has like Super Rage at Ultra, which if you have Ultra, definitely should use it no matter what. So for the Archer Queen, use the X-Bows, and they're like upgraded turrets. We'll get to those in a second. They're upgraded, and she speeds up the attack of all your ranged units. So having the King plus Archer Queen, you can get all of your units' attack speed sped up. And yeah, that's why you should choose these 5 OP epics. And the bees circle around and can do damage that adds up over time. And the Hog Rider, he only does something when you walk over grass, which is by trees. And that can speed up your squad, but only for a couple seconds. And Heavy, he has a lot of health and decent damage. And yeah. And finally, these are the bonus tips to using characters. I already gave you a lot. It all depends on the battle mods, but in most battle mods, Chicken is pretty good, especially in the 3 we mentioned. Or not we, only me. Because this is like at 3 a.m. I think. 2:36 in the morning. I'm the only one awake right now. It might not seem like it, like I'm really active, but anyways, so yeah, you want to get Royal King to Ultra as fast as possible because he deploys Elite Royal Recruits, which are way more damage than Royal Recruits. Remember the synergy. You combine the Ice Wizard with another attacker, like sort by class, like Jesse, Bee, Wizard, Dynamite, Bow, Colt, Archer. Like, remember? See that symbol right there at the bottom corner? Make sure those match if you want to have synergy. And like we said, no, like I said, I keep saying like we. These 2 are good for their spells if you have them on Ultra, and the attack speed buffs, and their passive abilities of the Exploding Arrows for the Queen and Iron Fist for the King. And what's their super, by the way? The King recovers health steadily when not attacking, and the Queen recovers health steadily. So how the King and Queen work is you're either ranged or melee attack faster. They occasionally do a Iron Fist attack or Exploding Arrows. They heal steadily and have the OP spell. And for the Super Rage and Expo, use the Super Rage like just like a normal rage, but the only time you want to use it is when you're busting a squad. Like squads busted to actually get your benefit. But make sure you aren't invincible when you have that Super Rage. So make sure you have decent health before you start attacking someone. Same with the Archer Queen. You want to deploy if you get a Fusion Lucky Find, you have 2 Expos that can pretty much bust anybody who walks near. And Colonel Ruffs, you want to get him because he upgrades any member into a fusion. And if they give a spell, that's another spell. And not only that, fusions have like double the damage, and I think that's no, not triple, like double the health and triple the damage. And that's why you want to get fusions. So Colonel Ruffs is a must-have. And at Classic and Ultra, first he increases the health, and at Ultra increases the damage, which makes fusions even stronger. So yeah, that's some pro tips for building your squad league lineup and squad busters. Goodbye.